AoE damage coming through, and yes, they are going to go onto Luna, separated for the team. The stun, actually, he's not going to hit on anybody. It's the turnaround, the fear as well. As Star backs, the damage is coming through, and the hand of God says no.
Shopify.
This top tower is next on the chopping block for ESTAR backs. They're just doing one after another, and this hoodwink, that is the after post the one as Michael, the burst damage coming through, but that Cursed Crown is going to be able to stun up. Do they have the AoE damage for this Dark Willow? Nope, they're going to back off.
Presence of the Dark Lord not active yet on Shadow
Nope.
Fiend, so they're taking.
There's going to be a charge forward on the back line. Osito Devil coming in, and they do have the LSM with that ultimate. Devil, he's going to be the one in trouble. The God Strength pop from Lumiere, but the Chen, the hand of God, the turnaround 2-man stun alone. He's in trouble, but he's got the shield rune. Is he going to be enough? No, he dies. They get alone. Finally, something goes the way of HOKORI.
Oh yeah. Beautiful bait from Osito. You were commenting on Osito playing up a little just too far, but Ella.
In fact, he's actually top of the net worth now after that tower kill. And I think there's going to be a rotation out onto Ellison here. The Bramble Maze does come out with the trample. Oh my gosh, look at the damage. Devil is going to send people to hell where they belong in his eyes.
You know, that Blade Mail is great counter against the Dawnbreaker. Not able to control the damage source from her spells once she casts them, you know.
And this smoke mid, they see these two heroes here, Osito and Austin. Aren't they none the wiser? This is Sentry Ward, but Devil with that onslaught. You just used Timber Chain on the Timber Saw. The blast off, trying to create some separation here. Devil with the Bedlam doing the damage, but no, the turnaround onto Devil, the whirling death. You're going to get what's done to you, to yourself, and now the fear is only going to land on a 2, but the hand of God, hold on, the turnaround. El Micho! Oh, whoa, 44, my lucky number. That's how much that this tower push is gonna, or this play is actually gonna favor ESTAR backs quite well. But I say that they might be in a little bit of trouble here. The smoke coming out again. This is a little difficult. Michael, he is gonna get caught up by the stun, and that's a lot of damage. You don't need to see the target in order to do the burst. And now ESTAR backs, they realize they gotta get the heck out of there.
Yeah, that's the exact play you need if you're HOKORI to really start any of these fights. You must get a pick off on either the Chen or the Willow. Willow just controls entirely too much space. They're just going to be able to create a lot of chaos.
Oh, and they smoke up again. They're going to go right into the triangle, and there's one hero there. One hero with just a Dragon Lance. And Lumiere, he's actually the one with the charge because he's got the Blink Dagger, the reveal. LSM pops the Solar Guardian onto the Shadow Fiend, and that is going to be a kill. Lumiere gets rewarded for being an absolute god.
And you know, it's they're not afraid to use everything on the side of HOKORI to get that Shadow Fiend kill. But I don't know if that's the right call, because now it's nighttime. Luna gets this bonus vision, and they're going to have all their cooldowns up. I think maybe you want to save the Solar Guardian to counteract a fight. Unless LSM and the rest of HOKORI just plan to dodge ESTAR backs completely. Not too dicey for Austin to get out. You know, the gust of wind, the blast off combination, rare interaction here. But, you know, the gust does not interrupt currently channeled spells. Just a little bit of repositioning there.
No, that Roshan is going to be next on the chopping block. And when you have these auras, right, the Vladimir's offering, the Lunar Blessing, the presence of the Dark Lord, I think this is the death ball timing for our ESTAR backs that we were talking about, right?
Yeah, this is going to be the first big timing here. I think we're going to see these tier 2 towers fall. HOKORI, they do have Solar Guardian to try to contest, but...
Well, speaking of contesting, they had that ward in this mid lane, so they know exactly that HOKORI are up into this triangle. And this hoodwink, my friend, is going to catch out this Willow, but the turnaround, Shadow Fiend does get the techies, but the turn onto Shadow Fiend, they're going to pop the Solar Guardian as well. PKP and Lumiere, they do get alone, but the turnaround, Devil with the onslaught, the trample, the damage coming through. Luna, he will live. No, Osito cuts them down, and now the Timber Chain off to the other side. A really nice play, but the creeps surround him. Osito, you are dead. It's a 4 for 3. HOKORI just doing anything they can to... Now, the one thing I will say about the Chen is that This trend has not been behind at all. In fact, quite the opposite. Similar now with the Timbersaw even. The Vladimir's offering the Boots of Baron coming out as well. ESTAR backs are giving a lot of farm priority to this Chen here, but I think they realize how important these auras are.
Yeah, and I mean, these auras serve to further enable your cores, you know? So I mean, it makes sense. You strengthen your support, you strengthen your cores by proxy. The Boots of Bearing, amazing item for this Luna, for the Shadow Fiend. You know, heroes with limited mobility.
Yeah.
No spells in their toolkit natively. They have to rely on the Hurricane Pike, rely on the BKB, rely on the Manta. So just anything else you can kind of throw their way really helps these fights out.
Well, HOKORI are going to look to make a play here, but they have an Observer Ward. The only issue is HOKORI are not going the way of the Ward. They're going all the way around, but they do know that there's an Observer Ward up in this top area. El Misho, he's in the back line. I think he even scouts out alone. I don't think ESTAR backs know what's going on. The 2-man stun into the trees! It's insane! Hand of God coming out, but the Shadow Fiend is completely in the wrong place. And they do pop the Solar Guardian as well onto Devil, but that's a BKB piercing stun, my friend. Your BKB is going to do nothing. Turn around on the Luna with that BKB as well. The Gust Strength coming through. Osito blinking forward. El Misho will find the kill, actually. The Fear turnaround. They get 2. Yep. ESTAR backs will not lose the Luna, and instead, HOKORI lose the tower, and they lose their mid and the support, but they do end up getting the Shadow Fiend in response. Anything to weather the storm, but I can't help but feel a storm is just brewing for ESTAR backs in this game.
Yeah, the sustain from the Chin there just really makes that fight a little worse off for HOKORI. They're able to get the Shadow Fiend. I mean, it was beautiful map movement. You know, they were able to wheel all the way around, isolate the Shadow Fiend on the high ground with that double stun followed. Kind of Hurricane piked himself to being vulnerable away from his team. But the sustain, like, so HOKORI did 10,000 damage compared to the 8,000 damage of ESTAR backs. But the sustain from Chin just mitigated that where they only lost 1 hero. It's crazy.
Yeah, and a lot of that damage, as you said, is AoE damage, right? With the HOKORI draft, you have the Timber Chains, the Chakrams, the Cleave. Yeah, it's all AoE. None of it is like just pick a hero and kill them. And that you do definitely need the AoE against the Chen army, but at what point is that AoE damage really actually not going to be a detriment?
I think we're going to find that picked up with the Daedalus on the spin.
Okay.
That's going to be just enough burst.
Yeah.
To where like that's going to be like where your AoE and your single target damage kind of cross vectors. Just align.
The Sven is actually still one of the few heroes that builds Daedalus, actually. I found that's an item that's fallen out of favor recently.
Yeah. I mean, you know, new meta, new patch. Everyone's kind of trying to find what works the best for them. And I mean, with the Honda kind of meme being present, Daedalus is kind of falling away.
Well, you're not going to build Conda on Sven, unless you do.
And then
hold on, I'm cooking. Stormhammer? Hold on.
Right?
Yeah. Well, either way, you can cook as much as you want. This top tower is under siege by ESTAR backs, and look at the tankiness of this Luna. 3k HP, even Shadow Fiend close to 3k HP, Primal Beast close to 3k HP. And of course, once the tower falls, the racks will fall. You are against the Luna. The AoE damage coming through, and yes, they are going to go onto Luna, separated for the team. The stun, actually, he's not going to hit onto anybody. It's the turnaround, the fear as well. As ESTAR backs, the damage is coming through, and the hand of God says, no, anything you could do, HOKORI, I could do better. The damage, the healing, it's all for nothing. The death ball has come. It's arrived. The buyback situation from HOKORI has to come here soon. Otherwise, the Sachin is going to fall. As ESTAR backs, they hit the timing, and the timing is now. The GG is called, and in one fell swoop, this game is over in Malibu.
I don't want to say I called it, but I think I called it.
I think you called that one.
All right, ESTAR backs